Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about IOL Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals Limited. This company belongs to Indian bulk drugs and specialty chemicals segment. This company manufactures and sells APIs, bulk drugs and specialty chemicals. This company has both domestic as well as international clients in their portfolio. This company belongs to Trident Group. Let's see what IOL Chemicals have. First, IOL's history. The company was incorporated in 1986 with a single acetic acid plant. Then ethyl acetate plant was commenced in 1996 and consequent years acetic anhydride plant, commencement of ibuprofen units, etc. were made. One of the key milestone was they got approval from US FDA, US Food and Drug Administration, for the usage of ibuprofen in America in 2015. This was also a turning point for this company. Facilities and capabilities. The total installed capacity of ibuprofen is 12,000 metric ton per annum at the end of financial year 2021. IOL's manufacturing facility is located at Barnala, Punjab with a total capacity of 1,35,000 metric ton per annum. Next is their products and services. Their major product ibuprofen is used in the manufacturing of painkillers and stress relief pills. Their other API portfolio are used in manufacturing pills for anti-diabetic, anti-hypertensive, anti-cholesterol and anti-platelets. Next, their specialty chemicals products. This includes ethyl acetate, isobutyl benzene, acetyl chloride, etc. This ethyl acetate is also a major manufacturing product of this IOL, and this is manufactured from organic alcohols, and this can be used in flexible packaging industry, pharmaceuticals, inks, food processing, pesticides and paint industries. Business leadership of IOL. This company is the largest manufacturer of ibuprofen with a global share of 35%. This is the only company having a worldwide backward integration for ibuprofen. This company is the largest producer of ethyl acetate at a single location in India. This company is the largest producer of isobutyl benzene with 30% global share. This company is the first company to introduce zero discharge effluent treatment plant in India. Next, let's see about their revenue contribution. Net sales of their revenue comes 66% from the domestic sales and overseas contributes 34%. Product wise revenue. Ibuprofen gives 49% of their revenue, which is almost 50% of their total revenue. Ethyl acetate gives 31% of their revenue, which means these two products combinedly giving 80% of their entire revenue. Other small API products and bulk drugs gives 20% contribution to the revenue. Next is their revenue concentration. Their top customer gives 7.5% of their total revenue in financial year 2020, and in financial year 2019 it was 5%. Their top 5 customers gives 24% to their total revenue, which was around 17% in financial year 2019. This is seen as a negative point for the company as more revenue comes from a particular amount of customers. Litigations against IOL. The company doesn't have any ongoing litigations against it in any court or any tribunal. In financial year 2012, the company had defaulted it in paying to Punjab National Bank of a sum 4 crore 77 lakhs. Next is their current strength. Healthy financial profile. The company is able to make a very good profit margin for the past 3 to 4 years. Before this 3 to 4 years, it is not the same case. The company was having a very huge raw material expense, so that their expense is more than their sales revenue. After setting up their raw material plant for ibuprofen through backward integration, they are able to generate a healthy operating margin. Next is experienced promoter and management team. Their promoter Virender Gupta has been in the field for 3 decades, and all other teams are highly experienced and technically strong professionals. well-established business positions. IOL has a market presence in more than 50 countries, which is contributing up to 33% of their total export sales. The company's overseas customers are spread across several countries like Spain, Brazil, Hungary, USA, Indonesia, Bangladesh, and many others. Ethyl acetate capacity expansion completed. The company has increased the installed capacity of ethyl acetate in the first quarter of financial year 2022 from 87,000 metric ton to 1 lakh metric ton. Next is their current weakness. Concentrated revenue stream. The company generates almost 80% of their revenue from very two products, ibuprofen and ethyl acetate. When the market for these two products falls, the company will suffer a huge revenue reduction. Raw material availability and price volatility risk. Before 3 to 4 years, the company was procuring raw materials from the domestic customers, this incurring them a very huge expense. After they setting up their own backward integrated plant for making their own raw material, the company was able to make a very good profit margin. Also, when excess raw material is needed, still the company is procuring from the domestic market. Regulatory risk. This pharma is a highly regulated sector as governments are continuously changing their regulations time to time. Next, ratios and financials. Market cap of the company is 3,888 crore and the debt is 3 crore. The company able to reduce its debt from 600 crore in financial year 2018 to 3 crore in financial year 2021. Their reserves. The company has a reserve of 1,202 crores. Current market price of the share is 662 rupees and the book value of the share is 215 rupees. PE ratio stands at 8.75 and the industrial PE is 31.8. Compounded profit growth for the 5 years is 67% and the compounded sales growth for the past 5 years is 28%. Return on equity for 5 years is 45%, which is very good for the company, and the stock price have raised 35% on a cumulative for the past 5 years. With this, the video ends. The next company analysis is on Nagarjuna Cements. To know more interesting companies out there in the market whose value is less than their current stock price, subscribe to my channel and stay connected with my channel. Thank you for watching.